Hello and welcome back to Winter's Tales. We are here for our final game of the 48-hour Calamity event. What is that, you may ask? Well, it is where AJ, that is me, decided to invite a shit ton of streamers and content creators of the TTRPG space, 40 plus members of that community, into a 48-hour stream, and we decided to destroy a world at the very beginning in game 1 and then rebuild the world over 7 games. So, during the process of each of these games, the world has changed drastically, and now we are in our final moments to influence this world. And when we are done with this particular game, we're going to conclude everything, basically collate it into one document, and that will be the world that we will utilize over the next year and or destroy again for our 3rd anniversary celebration next year. Yeah, I'm not done with big events. This is just a test run. If this goes well, I got so many other bad, terrible, big, massive, crazy ideas in my head that's gonna come into fruition. But before we get started in the final game of this 48-hour Calamity, let me introduce you to the players, shall I? These 6 lovely people have agreed to be a part of this, have maybe no concept or premise of what has been happening in the world thus far, so that's exciting. Half of them made characters very spontaneously, like 3 minutes ago, and we are going to improvise a story together. I'm excited. Let's start with, I'm gonna go that's the direction. Cucumber, who are you? Where can people find you?
Hey everybody, my name is Cucumber. You can always find me at Perception Studio every Wednesday night for Perception Check. We've been doing that show for about 6 years. It's myself, a couple of the other felted friends, and a bunch of meatbags, humans as we like to call them, and we play some D&D. We're adorable, we're not for children, but tune in at 7:30 Pacific every single week. We also do shows on Tuesdays and Mondays, but Wednesday is my show, so that. But you can find me personally at Cucumber Lives anywhere, but otherwise Percept Studio or Perception Studio on Twitch. Thanks.
I love it. Very, very cool. Moving, we're going to go in this circle around this beautiful golden circle of the overlay. So, Sachi, you're up next. Who are you? Where can people find you?
Hi, I'm totally alone in this room right now. He's fine. My name is Sachi, or Sachiko. You can find me over at Twitch at Versachiko. I do things. I'm doing more TTRPG stuff. I'm right now a variety streamer. Nobody else is here with me. Hi.
Hi, hello. I'm so excited for this. Chaos already kicking off. Further down below yourself, Darling Creepshow. Who are you and where can people find you on the internet?
Hi, hello, I'm Darling Creepshow, and I'm just your resident creep on Twitch. I play TTRPGs, and I primarily paint D&D miniatures, and you can find me as Darling Creepshow all over the interwebs. I'm excited to be here.
Love that. Absolutely brilliant. What did I make your chat command? Creep, there we go. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Across from you, we have Bronson. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Allfather Games, and I help new DMs become better DMs and help the worlds that they're imagining become a reality. And I do that with various tips and humor and things, and you can find me on just about every platform with Allfather Games. So
I love that. I still love how we met in just sporadically a TTRPG game, and then I just brought you onto the channel several times from that one point forward and was like, hey, come play games with me, which is mostly how I make friends. Yeah, execute plan A, yes. Which is basically flirt with any NPC to get your way. I believe that is also the style of one Mr. Alec, currently off the bed, I believe.
Hello.
I didn't do that.
You did. Goodbye. Hello, everyone. I am Alec, or Alec the Bard, a professional ballroom dancer, TTRPG content creator, and I'm not your real dad. It's a pleasure to be here, and yeah, and it's totally just me. It's just me. You just have to worry about me. That's all.
Focus here. Don't look elsewhere. And last but certainly not least, Ivy. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm Gamer the Girl all across the internet. When I'm not over at Gamer the Girl, I'm over on Dice Cream Sandwich where I stream TTRPGs. I'm a professional GM. And when I'm not on either of those accounts, you can find me over on the Crit Awards account, of which I am the CEO and founder. So if you really like TTRPG award shows, one of my winners is Alec, who won one of our categories this past year. So we're looking forward to next year. And that's me.
Yes. The Crit Awards being the reason that I sporadically flew to Gen Con earlier this year because I was up for an award and my community were like, here's some money, go to America. So it was an absolute honor. It meant that I got to meet so many wonderful people from the community and do more things like this. So, should we crack into this game, this chaotic event that's about to go down? Are we ready? Yeah, a little bit, yes, a little bit.
Ready to go.
About the world that we're walking into.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm so ready.
I'm very
and
ready.
totally alone.
Very ready. Totally. Get out of here.
I love it. Alrighty, let's crack into this story. So, it has been only a few short months since the resurrection of the old god known as the Mother Brine. This deity has been buried for over 40 years, biding their time as well as preserving their followers in brine below the earth. The war that rose as these insidious, acidic plant beings returned to the world rained down on the changed lands. Now, a few months later, the pockets of unaffected societies have banded together to try and resurrect the opposing gods of flame and ice to ultimately take down the Evergrowth. We first dive across the lands to the Frostlands, a place now residing with both the Frost Tree, where the god once fell, and also the Winter Court of the Feywild, a mixture of eclectic culture and intrigue, but in the nomadic parts of the colder region, a particular druid. Sachi, could you please describe to us your character and what they might be doing out in the wilderness during this time of war?
So, my character, do I say her name or no?
Go for it, yes.
Okay, so I'm Gabrielle. Very, very pale because, you know, snow. She has very, very bright, if that's the way to put it, stark white hair.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it would be bleached, but she doesn't have magical bleach. It's just how she is. Very bright blue eyes. And she is just, you know, walking around picking berries, trying to, like, you know, find her food for the night because, you know, she's nomadic. She doesn't stay too long in places, so she's got to get her meal somewhere, and she really likes it. It works out. But yeah, no, she's also, you know what, screw it, she's tall.
I like it. I love that.
It wears furs and stuff, so she's screwed when it gets hot out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, in a nice pelt, very, let's say 5'9".
Ooh, that's tall.
No.
Yep. So you're out hunting, you're in sort of the nomadic wilderness of the Frostlands, and during this wartime things have been a bit sporadic. But on the horizon, in the distance, you see the calling of some warships, things that were back with the pirate days 35, 40 years ago. They have been taken over by the mortals of this realm to transport between the different continents, and they are arriving in vast numbers to the Frostlands today in order to track down the god of ice, known as the Prince of Time. Lost to the world for many millennia, and now you, who have not really interacted with a lot of these larger societies or warmer land folk, you see hordes of them coming towards your shores on the Frostlands. And part of that warring force is a particular war ex-veteran, I believe, or now future soldier, if I am correct. This was Bronson? Was your character? No, then I must be completely wrong. Who was it that was
Soldier.
Yes, there we go, soldier. Creep. Please describe to us your character as you emerge with the warships on the lands of the Frost. Snow and ice as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, she's you see Uruz, and she's standing at the edge of a ship, and she's looking out and surveying the land as they're approaching, and you see a hulking brute of a woman. She's near 7 foot tall. She has a very deep olive tone to her skin. She's a half orc. She's wearing a large fur over her back, and she has wild curls of like a chestnut brown, and very striking bright yellow eyes. And she looks very stern, very serious. She has a lot of scars from many battles that she's been in. Yeah, very, very stern woman.
Okay, I love that. You have been tasked with pulling together a rather unusual team of individuals who have put their bodies, their experiences of life on the line for this ultimate push to take down the Evergrowth. You have gathered the remaining party of this crew as you all disembark from the ship. I would love you to describe your characters and what they might be doing in this basically army encampment that seems to now be moving onto this wasteland of ice and snow and pitching tents, immediately getting to work with preparing a sort of camp base. We'll start with Ivy.
I'm currently playing Eris Wix, who is a elven woman. She's not extremely tall. She's a little bit shorter than our dear Gabrielle would be. But she is also a very pale, shadowy like image, as with this black hair and these white streaks that start at the top of her bangs and kind of work their way back. They're interwoven in the rest of her hair. She's wearing long robes that are keeping her warm, large sleeves, and blue gemstones all over the front of it as this kind of corset front. She is kind of quiet, stoically watching the rest of the camp being constructed, and it kind of just walking around looking for things to do, looking for things that she could aid in that maybe her magic could aid with, as she is a sorcerer. So she is walking around kind of, she doesn't like the cold. She has very she has some PTSD with the cold, so she is less than thrilled to be here.
Yes, don't we all? I love that. Absolutely brilliant. You have been brought into this team by your leader, your sergeant of this unit, because of your innate magic ability. And it is incredibly contradictory to the individual that walks up beside you. Alec, could you please describe to us your character?
So you see this stout old man walk up next to you. He's maybe, you don't know if he's 80 or 800. He's got a long mustache into a beard, sunglasses on, like shining bald head, Hawaiian shirt with flowers all over it, and like shorts and sandals on. And he goes, "This is much too cold. I am not a fan of this at all. Why are we here again? How much money am I getting paid? I don't remember."
I don't know about funds, but why are you wearing this? So she just picks up like a quarter of your sleeve of this Hawaiian shirt and drops it unceremoniously, like.
It's called style, honey. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's called style. You know, this is my vibe. Okay?
Oh.
You are quickly and rapidly joined by Thumb Thumb, who you've only recently been introduced as you picked them up from a neighboring continent. Cucumber, could you please describe to us Thumb Thumb?
Yeah, so once Thumb Thumb is done hurling over the side of this ship, because he's never been on a boat before in his life, he whips his hair back, which is braided down to his lower back, and he reveals his nice, gentle, broad face of a furbolg. And he's very humble. He's got some leather on. He's got a little wooden shield that he probably carved himself, and it was probably a shovel to begin with. He's more of a gardener than anything. And he was playing whack-a-mole one day, quite literally, because he had to protect his turnips. And a warrior saw how efficient he was at it, so they brought him on to whack more dangerous things. And that's been his life ever since. And he's happy to help, but be careful when gathering firewood. Make sure it's dead wood, or he will break your legs.
My legs.
Yeah. But yeah, he's a sweet boy. He's a little sweet boy, so he just gently smiles
He's
at
just a
everybody,
little.
waves. Hey.
He's just a
Just
little guy.
Just a cute little furbolg guy. Descends from the ship itself on the platform that was extended out onto the ice, gripping with sort of metal teeth at the base, and your feet crunch into the earth, which is not actually earth, it is snow, and you sink like about an inch or two below in this thin layer that has recently fallen across this land.
Nope, going home. Hate this. Nope.
Wait,
No,
take me with you.
no,
Wait,
stop.
wait. Take.
Bring your ass back here. We got a job.
Fine. Sorry.
I would have been very upset had you been allowed to go home, but I had to be here, so I guess we all have to be here.
All right, suffer together. That's what friendship's all about.
Yeah.
I'm here for the money, baby.
Oh, so it's just us who.
You're getting paid?
Yeah, are you not getting paid? Did you not negotiate your contract?
I mean, they gave me some bulbs and seeds, and I thought that was very generous.
You need to join the union.
And rearing up the group is the last of our characters today that Gabrielle is witnessing join into a landscape that has been barren for so long in this area. You were not expecting this group of people, and especially this particular group that you are spotting from your vantage point in your hunt. Bronson, could you please describe to us your character?
Yeah, at this point, a dragonborn cleric, obviously clad in the plate armor of his sect, steps to the railing and begins to glide out of the shadows of the sail. And rather than taking the planking to the ice below, this dragonborn just slowly Magneto glides his way down and until he plops into the snow next to Thumb the furbolg. He reaches out a hand to steady Thumb. Fear not, brother. For if you disrespect the trees, we will break their knees. And he just kind of gives you a thump on the. Gives you a.
Okay, but can I, while he's in the middle of a speech, throw a snowball at his face?
Yes, I will allow it. Please roll an attack. First roll of the
great.
game.
Yeah.
First roll of the day. It's for Ares being a little shit. That is a 17 to hit. I don't know if
That is that you're gonna hit your AC there, Bronson?
Actually, I don't think it will.
Ooh.
I was gonna say when you
So it would. I would say, yeah, it definitely hits, but it just like splatters harmlessly over my armor. I mean, it's, and I would look down on Eris and fear not, little sister. Though you have stepped through the shadow, I am here to bring you back to the light.
She does open her mouth a little bit. She's just like, she's like wiping her hands now, a little sad that all of her efforts, like picking up the stupid snow, went to waste. But she's like,
You feel that sort of frosty chill to your fingertips, reminiscent of the experience you had in cold in your past. Bonduk? Is that how we will pronounce the name?
I would go with Bonduk.
Bonduk. Okay, Bonduk. I'm going to put a little thingy over the U just so I remember that. Bonduk, you look out, and at the mention of trees, of the great forests, of the power of nature itself, you look out into the wastelands of snow and ice, and there are no trees for a very long distance. There's just this thin, sheen of white slate, like the ground has been stained by the sun, and there is nothing but ice and snow for a very far distance.
As I look out over this vast expanse of snow, I would probably turn to Uruz. Surely we are in the right place.
I assume so. She's kind of surveying the land very seriously, ignoring any fun that's being had right now. Stone-faced. We should press forward.
Roll me a perception check as you look out to the horizon, both yourself and Bonduk. And Sachi, if you'd like to roll a stealth check to hide, you may do so. You just standing there? Yeah, fair enough.
That's a 22 for me.
What's that?
So with a 22, you look out and you see... initially, you sort of scan past this individual because their hair blends into the environment. But then, like double taking, you look and there is a rather tall, 5'9" individual standing there with white hair, dressed in full like furs and cloak wrapped around them to keep them warm in this environment. A native to this landscape. Potentially a good guide.
Is going to point this out to Bonduk. She knows she's not a conversing sort, so she'll let him do all the talking for her.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait.
Not much of a-
This is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, Bonduk gave me the impression that they are a conversing type as instead, definitely, out of the group of this.
I'm so excited for this.
Ho there, traveler! We come from across the seas to search for the Prince of Time.
Okay. That's supposed to matter to me.
In Bonduk at this point kind of like looks around at the group that he's standing here with, and he's just like, this is the right place, right?
I don't know who you are, so I can't tell you. Oh, you're not asking me. Sorry.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. And you can tell he kind of takes a hold of himself and, hello, apologies. May I introduce us? And we would go around to the group and introduce ourselves and introduce our mission, which is to defeat Mother Brian.
Yes. Gabrielle, you would have heard the rumors of this across the lands, though the Mother of Brine has not reached these parts of the world, hence why there hasn't been much war in your area. But you have seen the effects of people moving in and out, or past the lands and shores of this continent. The Mother Brine, for all of you, in your knowledge, it was a god known as the Evergrowth that was buried and banished in the world 40 years ago. But it rose once again recently, and with it, the army of sort of preserved individuals beneath the ground that she kept in a brine. What can only be described as a pickle of a humanoid, a
What are you trying to
plant...
say?
A gross soup.
Yes,
People?
like an
People.
acidic plant race.
Oh.
Yeah,
Pickle
that
people.
have been underneath the surface of the ground in preservation liquid from the Mother Brine. And as this mother has risen back out as a god, has begun to infest the world with her corrupted nature, which is sort of a contradiction to a lot of the people in this group. Nature is meant to be beautiful, it's meant to be balanced. Having a goddess that used to be such pure beauty of greenery and lusciousness corrupt themselves to the rot and the undergrowth, decaying not only just the landscape but also mortals, sacrificing them and taking their power to enrich her own form and build more power from that to maybe even take over this entire world with her energy and her essence. It hasn't reached the shores of this Frostlands yet, but
Am I
There has been
aware?
mention of it.
I've heard mention of it. Like I'm where
Yes.
it could come here. Okay.
Yeah.
So they just told me that like they're looking for that here.
They're looking for the Frost, basically the Frost Prince of Time is the ice god who has been lost for quite a long time, but if they were to find him or locate where his body has fallen, then they could resurrect him and bring him to freeze over this rotted, twisted goddess.
Okay. So they just convey that that's what they're looking for.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, I'm utterly useless to you, I guess, Dad.
Well, then why are you here?
I live here.
Well, that's unfortunate. We have business to do. Go about your day.
You're gonna freeze to death from that, old man.
I look great. That's all that matters.
Okay,
It's
fashion
a-
over practicability is not great. You gotta combine the two. Look at me.
I'm hearing
I think-
excuses and I want results.
I have the results. I'm wearing them.
Ivy, yes, you wanted to.
I think it's he called it a vibe. I don't quite understand that, but it's a vibe of an outfit. It's not for practicability. But you are a local here. Yes, like this is where you are from. I
Technically,
think
I kind of move around. I don't like to settle. My mom says it's not great. I think she just needs to get out more.
I think you just have commitment issues.
You sound like my father. And look like him too. Go
I'm
away.
sorry.
well then I kind of look back to the others in the group briefly for kind of an approval and then turn back before saying
You see
"And if you
Uruza's
are-"
face is just like, she is trying so hard to just hold it together right now through all of this shit.
I think Eris locks eyes with you like momentarily is like, cool, and then keeps going. Like, well, if she's not saying anything, I will continue and press forward. Well, if you're from this location or you've traveled around quite a bit, then I think that you are of great value to us, actually, since you seem very well prepared for these elements. I'm like putting a hand over your face. Like, Celeron's like, shh. She's like, shh, 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 shh. Yes.
I got you.
If you're interested in maybe helping us through the area, since
Do you have food that is not from this land? Because I'm quite tired of all the berries and deer meat. So, I'm sure. I had nothing else to do with my day.
I do believe we have some rations. Perhaps we have some that we could spare. This time she looks back with the intent of, is this okay?
Uruz is stepping forward, already pulling a ration from her pack and handing it to her. Please, just anything to shut you up.
And food.
Come with us. We have a mission.
You and your therapist.
I think you would greatly appreciate speaking to our Furbolg friend here. He's well versed in vegetables. Maybe he could help you obtain something to help you gather more.
I would be honored, please. Oh, we were talking about vegetables? Sorry, I checked out for a minute, but I have so many things to say about turnips.
Oh my god, turnips? Tell me all about it. I can tell you so much about Arctic fruits and berries. There are so minimal because everything here dies.
Let's trade. I pull out a bunch of bulbs and things and like seeds, and I just like I push them over. I'm just like, oh please, I'm going to need
Or
some
like
of these.
pine and like different winter like fruits and vegetables that have managed to survive.
I'm trying to create some resistant crossbreeds for you, and I'll mail them to you post haste if we survive this mission, of course, because I need to break
Sure,
some.
whatever. You are so tall.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I grew me myself.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah, right? Isn't it fun? It's nice. Nature's beautiful.
As you see these two swapping seeds and turnip bulbs, there is a loud cracking noise as part of the back of the ship start to basically cascade down, the metal clunking down onto the ice, and you watch as the sound of two large, what look to be like a cross between a wildebeest and an elephant, but with the etchings and colorings of a tiger, emerge out of these ships as two large ones, basically big enough for the 6 of you to ride on. It was meant to be 5, but with a scout, this could make the mission a little bit easier for you. These are immediately attended to with wrappings of their harnesses and saddles atop, and you are packed up with rations, weapons, anything that is needed, as one of the soldiers turns to you, Uruz, and basically wishes you a good trip. Best of luck! We're counting on you.
Thank you, soldier.
I don't know
Thank
who
you.
you are.
I give him a turnip.
I just work here.
I live here.
That's weird.
You're weird. I don't like this man.
Best of luck.
I think we'll need it.
Who is going on which of these creatures? They are known, by the way, as the Gian.
Have I ever seen these before?
No, these are completely foreign to you. They seem to be large mounts, similar to, like, the wildebeests in this area, the winter ones, but you've never seen something like this.
Can I pet it?
You can certainly try. Roll me an animal handling check.
Oh boy, howdy, okay. First roll of the game, guys!
Let's
First one for
go.
you.
Woo!
Do it.
This is gonna go so well. Animal handling. Okay. I'm doing this on my phone.
I believe in you.
Where is it? I got
Best
this.
for you.
Okay. Oh, it's good! That is a 20. Dirty 20.
This
Ooh.
creature immediately takes a liking to you, and you see that between its 4 tusks that sort of spread out from what looks like a trunk of some kind, a large purple tongue seems to lap up at you. It makes again that throaty noise, and you hear it sort of ricochet down its chest, like one of those frogs that you run a wooden pipe over, and it makes like the sound. It sort of cascades down the belly of this beast.
What a good big guy. This one's mine. I shall name you Fluffy.
That's canon.
I'm going to immediately move towards the other one.
I also follow Bonduc.
Okay, the two of you head over to the other creature and start to clamber your way up using the ladder so that you can get on top of this mount. Eris, Thumb, and Celeron.
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 is
Like celery. Got it.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
looking like
exactly. Totally not related to any other fruit or vegetable flavored people.
flavored people.
Oh, I guess assuming that's the corruption people. Who knows? But yes, which one are you heading to? The one that Gabrielle has claimed, or the secondary one?
Eris.
There.
Yeah, Eris went to go to the second one, but then realized that Bond was going that way and went no, and went to the other one instead. So she will go with Gabrielle.
Okay, and Thumb.
Yeah, I'm following the train. I'm having a good time. Train,
Perfect.
train.
You join with this new compatriot to your team who has clambered up onto this beast, not even introduced herself or given a name. Eris and Thumb following behind.
What a good animal.
That's the only reason Eris is like, I will take this one, is because the animal took very easily to her. So I was like, well, all right. I guess I'll go this way.
These large creatures begin to wander. Even though they're lumbering and large, they seem to move with a great speed, being that they are so big. Their limbs traversing the area quite speedily, more so than it would on foot, and a much more comfortable traveling method than trying to hike through these icy wastelands. I will need for Gabrielle, since you are acting as the scout, could you please roll us a survival check?
Oh yeah, let's see. Am I good at those? Yeah, I'm good at everything.
You're a druid. I would hope so.
You
Mechanic-
fucking
mechanic-
20, baby. So that's a 24.
24? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
With
not
a
a 20.
With a 24, as the group is describing, I'm assuming maybe Eris is passing along the details of what indeed you're looking out for. There is rumors that some sort of moonstone that would be connected to the old moons that used to be the gods fell into these icy wastelands, and within that moonstone, the god would be resting or in sort of a stasis. And the rumors were that this fell into mountains, and so you immediately know the nearest and only mountain range in this area. You start leading this lumbering beast towards it. It doesn't take very long but before all of you see them sort of rise in the horizon. But as you do so, you all feel a very eerie feeling as something seems to try and reach out to your minds. For those that have ever experienced someone trying to read your thoughts or tap into your memories or connect to you, maybe scrying or something of the like, this is immediately a terrifying thought. I will need each of you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Saving throw. All right.
I
here we go.
have a question for you, our lovely GM.
Yes.
We were able to choose uncommon items.
Mm-hmm.
Aries actually has a ring of mind shielding. Would you still like me to roll?
No. You're the only one that doesn't experience this. And in fact, because you have this ring, you don't even know that it's happening to the others.
Right.
Okay. Celeron with a 17. 13 for Uruz. Nice. Thumb
I
Thumb?
also got a 17.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
22. Wonderful. And for the two of you, for Gabrielle in the center?
Is it 12?
12.
Is it 12?
Okay.
So messed up. I got a +8 to that.
That is unfortunate. You are the only one that experiences this. As
Joy.
you feel the antithesis, the anti to what you believe in as a druid seem to seep into your brain. The feeling itself like being churned around in the ocean when salt water kind of goes up your nose, or when you eat a grapefruit and it's just a little too bitter and it sort of burns at the back of your throat. This feeling, but in your mind itself, seems to overcome over you. And you feel as flashes of rot melting the snow and ice of this landscape, turning your homeland into this moss-covered menagerie of twisted mushrooms and just pickled root everywhere.
Is it suddenly salty to any of you guys? Like, I feel like there's a lot of salt.
I start
gotta
licking
take
anything
diet,
that is
kid.
nearby immediately.
You start licking everything that's nearby. I will need you to roll me
Yeah,
a con save.
No.
Yep.
No. Aries is like, stop. Do not lick. It's too late. You're already licking.
I got a 9.
9.
A 9 for a con save. Okay, perfect. Good to know.
Roll, Reggie.
The vision seemed to clear after a few moments, Gabrielle, as you realize that you are very, very close to these mountains. You do not know what that was or where it came from, but knowing the stories that this group has been telling you before you left, this threat to the wastelands might be closer than you think.
Did you guys bring this here? Because this wasn't an issue.
I'm confused. What do you mean by salty?
So I'm not a big fan of pickles, and it tasted like pickles. And, you know, it sounds very similar to that mean bitch y'all were talking about. So...
Well, we didn't bring it, but I'm sorry that it's affected you. So the best thing we can do is go forward.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to do with my day, and apparently this is a problem now. This is great. I was just gonna eat berries.
Welcome to the problem.
That's what my mother calls me.
Eris doesn't know what to do with that, and she just the most awkwardly just passed.
I love it so much.
Enough.
So,
looking to the others like somebody else take this. I can't do it.
For the leader of this motley crew. What is it that now that you have reached these snowy mountains, what is it that you would like to do in terms of locating this particular fallen moonstone, or what is your strategy for going about searching for this? For Urus.
Do I see anything maybe odd, maybe out of the normal looking across the mountains in front of us? Do I notice anything out of place?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Oh, Lord, a 7.
Nothing is out of place. It is eerily perfect, serene. The icy mountains just picturesque in the skyline, and in contradiction to what you were experiencing in your home villages, the destruction that this evergrowth, this mother brine caused. It's almost as though... I was like, what happened? It's almost as though right here there is a haven that nothing could go wrong here. That is the feeling that you're getting from just seeing these mountains.
Was I giving any kind of like specific direction by my higher ups?
You were only given the instruction that whatever this moonstone was would be lodged or buried into a mountain, and that there were some ritual sites from druids long gone who would have created some markings that would lead you to this thing. You don't know if they still exist, if they're still around protecting it, but that is the whisperings, that is the spy's knowledge that was passed to you from what is known as Cloakwork. The Cloakwork organization.
Okay. She's gonna look over to the odd girl on the other animal, and she's like, okay, and her head be nice. Girl. That's what comes out of her.
Do not know my name.
No,
I tell
you did
my
not
name?
tell us.
To be fair, I don't know your name.
My name is
I'll say you
Oruz.
first. What was it? Sorry, I was flirting.
She looks confused. Oruz.
Oruz. Okay, I'm Gabrielle.
Hello, Gabrielle. Do you know of any druids from this area that may have resided in the mountains here?
She just points to herself. You mean me?
I see. Do you know of ritual sites in the area?
Hey, DM, do I know of any ritual sites?
You would. There are a couple that would be used for coming-of-age ceremonies, long treks through the mountains as a sort of rite of passage, where there are particular groupings of stones, kind of boring, where pilgrimages would be sort of dedicated to go to this, to bless the stones, and to walk back. It's a very long and boring task. But yeah, you would know of a ritual site per se.
So, I don't know what you're looking for. I do know a snooze fest of a ritual. Bunch of stones. We go like, yay, stones, yay. And then we go back, and then I get drunk. So...
Just so
And
happens
that's
we're
what you're
looking for a
for.
stone.
Oh, if you want to go on a nice long walk with me, you could have just asked a better way. But yeah, we can go this way.
She like tenses up a little. I'm not sure the implications here, but I would like to see your stones.
I think that means she's into you.
Excuse me?
You.
I don't.
What does this mean? Into me.
That's
think you're hot.
a therapist. I don't have that kind of time, baby. And
I do believe I've already taken my exam this year. My physical is fine. quite fit for this job. Can we go to your
Yeah, you
stones
are.
now?
Okay, let's go to the stones.
You disembark off of these creatures as you begin to climb the mountains and the hike towards this, and you feel as the biting and harsh winds of the wastelands, the frostlands, seems to nip at the skin of your cheeks and your limbs. For those that are not dressed in winter clothing specifically, one person in particular, I would need you to roll. Yes, stylish, but roll me a stylish con save, please.
Oh man, that sucks. All right, here we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 16 plus 3. That's 19.
Okay.
I can hold down my Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, strangely, the Hawaiian shirt is keeping you relatively warm in the icy wastelands of this continent. As you ascend the mountain, I will need all of you to roll me perception checks in the hope of keeping an eye out for these stones.
Perception checks. All right.
And I would like to know what Thumb Thumb is doing right now.
Thumb Thumb is kind of sniffing around, trying to spit out all the saltiness off of everything that he licked. But mostly, he's enjoying the people. He's enjoying the friendship because he does not see this as a job. This is a social outing because he doesn't have a lot of those. So everyone here is his new best friend, and he will literally die for them.
That's so cute. Okay, that is absolutely wonderful. You earlier rolled a 9 for your con save.
I sure did.
You start to feel a little ill, and you can't really quite track where it might be coming from, as you did lick a variety of different things rather quickly.
Everything in sight.
Yeah, but you're feeling a little twist in your tummy, the way one would if you ate something you were allergic to or were poisoned.
Before I proceed, how sensitive are people's ears to gross gastric sounds?
Go for it, buddy.
Do it.
I'm fine.
It doesn't sound like you're fine at all.
Hey, big guy. I got.
Again, this is like the third time this has happened. When are you gonna learn your lesson?
Well,
Sounds like me after
eventually
I ate
it will be
Taco Bell.
something yummy, won't it? The odds will be in my favor at some point.
Is this
Hey, I think
worth
the
it?
odds are in your favor. I'm gonna try to pull out some herbs in my satchel
Okay.
and hand. I'm like, hey, chew on these. Do not spit it out.
We don't spit it here.
We only swallow this. Hand it over.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It seems to sort of soothe you for now, but you will have a little bit of a restless stomach, and things that you experience from here on forward might trigger the same reaction, which hopefully won't happen during combat. So, as you proceed through the mountains, you hear off in the distance those perception checks. I can see there was a couple of really bad ones. Celeron getting a 7. Wonderful,
Yep,
wonderful. Remember, viewers in chat and people who are watching at home, you can actually donate to this stream if you would like to affect the game, maybe help out a player or two. In their pursuit. So let me see if I could pull that up. Do-do-do-do.
I don't know about you, old man, but I did real well.
You did great, kid. I was just kind of vibing, hanging out, living life.
These are the ways that
We're
you
all living
can...
life together, like a bunch of friends.
Exactly. He gets it.
Get in place. There we go.
Not a ton,
So,
but enough.
you all with those relatively okay perception checks, but for Solarian, you do not see anything. You are so preoccupied with whatever strange colored gunk just came out of Thumb Thumb, because it's abnormal
That's just
color.
crazy. You see, it's like fucking purple.
It freezes. It
It's
starts to
easy to
freeze. Yeah, it starts to freeze over at the same time as the bottom half of it is melting the bottom half of the stone.
That's impressive.
For the rest of you, however, you see something very odd and frightening off in the distance. The small shape sort of flying on the horizon, and initially seems like a bird, something very casual, until you realize that, perspectively, to the size of these mountains, that's not a bird. That is something a lot larger, and for Gabrielle, who rolled a 23, something that is not common to this area.
Oh, no.
Something
What is
something is scouting the area, and is trying to find what you are trying to find before you. You have no idea what this creature is until you get a little closer, but you are under a little bit of time pressure here. What are the 6 of you doing?
Okay, hello, new friends and potential lover. There's a thing in the sky,
Me?
It's definitely you. Anyways.
but it makes me feel better. But there's a thing in the sky. It's not from here, so I sometimes can't put 2 and 2 together. It's going for what we're going for. I think it's the stones. Apurete. We should go.
Lovely DM.
Very
I
old man.
rolled
Got
a
it.
natural 20 plus 6. Is this a creature I've seen before?
It is indeed. This is known as a chronotic dragon.
Great. Cool.
How
Just a
far
dragon,
away
it's
is it?
fine.
It is still off in the distance a fair few miles. That's the thing that most of you use, right?
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is sort of a while away, sort of circling one of the mountains furthest from you. You can definitely take off and go towards it. You know that it is not spotted the stones as of yet, so you have a little bit of time here. You start making your way faster into the frostlands, into the cliff, trekking
Yeah,
up.
I will make
Come
sure
on,
to tell
Fluffy.
our fearless stoic leader that's a dragon. That is a chromatic dragon.
Chronotic
That is-
dragon.
Chromatic dragon.
It's a
That is
time dragon.
That is a
Oh,
Very
I thought it was a
dragon.
body
What the
dragon.
fuck
is
I was like,
a
let's
dragon?
go.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Uruz is going to kind of urge her beast on faster, hoping that the secondary beast does keep up.
Fluffy
Okay.
picks up.
You
I'm not-
begin
Yeah, let's go.
clumbering through. You hear the picking up of the pace of these creatures as they begin to, what I can only describe as trot, because they're so large and elephant-like, but that's the only like speed I can think of that works as like a horse trot. The thick trunk-like legs of the creature just slamming into the snow, causing definite large footprints tracking where you are heading. Now I'm going to roll for this creature to see if it spots you. It does not. It has not spotted you as of yet. It is determined to sort of scout the area. So you ascend the mountains even further, and Gabrielle, you spot up in the distance a particular weird-shaped cliff that you know leads into where the stones might be located. You point it out to the group.
I point out to her, but like, okay, that's the way we go. This is a lot less boring than the time I did it last. For various reasons. Let's go that way.
Okay.
Okay. And I just
You continue.
Just start taking off.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do in this moment? As you're sort of riding
AJ?
at full pace. Yes.
Would my knowledge of religion be able to assist in any of the like recognition of specific directions or help us get us there faster in any way?
It might do. Not necessarily getting you there faster, but it might give you a little bit more insight to this flying beast in the distance. If you'd like to roll a religion check for me.
All right. Stay here. Looking at an 18.
Ooh, okay. With an 18, a chronotic dragon hasn't been seen for a while. They used to be ridden by the Knights of Consequence, which were an influential group following the god of gravity. However, this beast off in the distance, knowing that they were slain and sort of wiped out, is twisted. It is resurrected. This is definitely in control or command from the goddess known as the Evergrowth, and now her secondary title, Mother of Brine.
Yeah.
Does
So
it smell
as
like-
as we're beginning to make this trot and our animals are getting up to speed, the Gion are getting up to speed and everything, I would probably call out through the cold rushing wind, definitely let everybody know that is most certainly simply because of its association with a previously with a different god. We can assume that it has been pickled by the mother of brine, and is a servant of her in the Evergrowth there. So I would call out to the group and let everyone know.
Okay, absolutely incredible. Also, thank you to the two massive groups of raiders. We had Robert Hartley, GM, joining, and then the Legends of Adventures team, both of which we played with earlier today. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for being here. We are in a very tense point in the finale game of this 48-hour calamity. So what happens from here will solidify the world that we have built over the last 48 hours and set it in place, lock it in place for the year ahead.
No pressure.
Which is no pressure at all to these players whatsoever. No. As you are riding these giant beasts, like a combination of an elephant, a tiger, and sort of a wildebeest, into the mountains of the Frostlands, and skirting around this cliff face pointed out by Gabrielle in order to get to the stones, these druidic stones for some sort of coming of age ritual, but as far as you're aware, would lead to the moonstone where the Prince of Time would reside. But in calling out to your friends and alerting them of what this thing is, I'm going to roll a perception check of this creature to see if it hears you.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is fine. It's fine, right?
It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't stress about it. The chronotic dragon, twisted by the Evergrowth, corrupted in its nature, immediately turns its direction to your group. Hearing you in the wind echoing off into the landscape, it immediately trains its eyes, and you can see that they are glowing this green, sickly color. And the darkened wings of this black wyvern-sized being starts to descend down towards your group. You are going into the cliff face towards these stones, but as you do so, this beast very quickly and swiftly sort of catches up to where you are, and I will need all of you to roll me a dex saving throw as it lets out its breath weapon, which I will describe in a second.
Oh, it's
AJ, really quick.
Yes.
Seeing the dragon turn on us and make its approach, being on the same creature as Uruz, I would use my Vigilant Blessing. So in this moment, I'm going to make sure that Uruz has advantage on any upcoming initiative. So.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. With those dex saving throws, we have Celeron. I'm never gonna get this wrong. I keep reading Celerion, and that's not right.
Think like celery. Like celery?
Celeron. Got it.
Wow.
Every time.
This is not.
Whoa.
Great deck save, somebody. It's because we're riding creatures, right?
AJ, how long was the game were you hoping for?
Oh boy. Did any of you roll above a 14?
Absolutely not.
No.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
None of us did.
So, an interesting point of knowledge for those of you who are joining us, and for those of you in the stream, a canonic dragon, a time dragon, has a breath weapon that affects time itself. So I'm going to need each of you to roll me a percentile dice, please, to see what time effects are going to be changing or influencing each of you in this moment.
Oh, I love this for us.
I got a 93.
Okay.
Oh, let me grab my dice here.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got 21.
Yeah.
I got a 99.
Ooh.
Okay. So, you are going to change into the age that you rolled.
I'm already that
Oh,
old.
Oh no!
I went down.
That is beneficial for those of you that were already around that age, but for those of you that are transforming or being struck by the time magic to descend down to the 6-year-old version of you and or age up to the, 92 Thumb Thumb?
93, I believe.
Okay,
That might be
93
bad for a furball.
for Thumb Thumb. So that's going to be an interesting mix as those two
really
are
bad
drastically
turnip.
changed. Now
He's younger.
you got a little younger. How about the leader, Uruz? How?
She basically stayed around the same age.
Okay, so
So
not very many
I imagine
effects.
she's like looking around like, what is happening? And
Mhm.
nothing's happening to her.
Yeah,
Very minimal happened to me as well.
you watch as you're.
Is an elf.
Yes, go ahead.
Eris is an elf. She's just more baby now. Like she's just like a 21-year-old now.
Oh, that is amazing. As an elf, dropping to the 21, that is like becoming a child in elf years.
She's like,
Mm.
oh no.
But more concerning than anything is your second in command transforming down to a 6-year-old dragonborn, and the furbolg of your party aging rapidly to 93 years old.
We got great benefits here in the 90s, baby. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
So AJ, as this happens, I imagine like the dragon makes its approach. I turn to Uros. I give my vigilant blessing. Be wary, sister. I've become a little child. How is everyone doing today? I don't know how to do a 6-year-old voice.
I love that he keeps the voice.
I assume. Do you know what? I assume that you keep the same voice. Because you're dragonborn, I assume it's still kind of deep as a 6-year-old, which is just threatening as this
Right.
short toddler version of a dragonborn with a deep voice. Thank you so much to the $60 donation from Noodle Pop.
Wow.
Hoffin. Let's see what they donated, because it could be rather interesting. Let's see.
Eris is just now laughing way harder than she should as soon as she looks over at Von Duke. Is trying very hard to stay on this mount, but it is giggling very hard.
I like it. You all skirt around the cliff face and you spot the grouping of stones that was mentioned, but you do and are able to sort of duck in underneath the mountain, the cliff in this secluded area to avoid the creature, but that does not mean it's going to stop it. You see that beyond the stones there is kind of a tunnel, a cavern that is opened up into the cliff face itself, where perhaps you might find this moonstone, but you're going to have to get into this quickly, and that means that you do not have time for checking for traps or scouting the area ahead of time if you want to avoid this chronotic dragon.
So I have a quick. Oh, go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say, am I aware of the area as a local?
Yes, you would be.
So I would know if things are off even without having to do an in-depth look-see.
Yeah, I would say so. Whatever your passive perception is, I will give you the rundown that nothing seems awry. This place has been abandoned for quite a while. That's why it is a pilgrimage location for coming of age, because it's an isolating trip where a youngling will travel through the mountains alone, have to survive, and then traverse back after blessing the stones or communing with the stones. So nothing seems different or amiss in this moment as you run and rush towards this cavern. Yes, Creep.
Von Duke, did you say you're wearing plates?
You're muted.
You're muted.
I am indeed wearing plate, as you see,
How-
like the 6-year-old,
How
like
does this work with him being 6 in plate?
yeah. So as I am suddenly like 2 feet shorter than I normally am, like I'm just like barely able to sit upright in my seat, as my breastplate is like up to my chin now.
I I imagine Uruz takes him like a football and like tucks him under her arm and just starts like going for this cave entrance. She's looking for that. Yeah.
All right.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
Yeah, look, let's go for a strength check. Sorry, I missed that one.
Me next?
Oh yeah. Nice. I love this.
Oh my god, what are these rolls tonight? That's a 12 from me.
Well, you have been gifted 2 advantages per player.
Oh wait,
so
don't I
each...
have... No, it's advantage on initiative, what you gave me, Duke, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yeah,
I gave you, was
The
advantage
chat
on
gave
initiative.
us,
Yeah.
I'll use my advantage.
Okay, you could use one of your 2 advantage in this
Yeah.
advantages in this moment, so you're able to re-roll that 12.
Much better. That's an 18.
Okay, 18. You lift your 6-year-old version of your dragonborn compatriot underneath your arm as you all dash into this sort of cavern leading into the mountain. Thumb, you are now much older than you were, so your speed is slightly slower than usual, but as you hobble, you can feel your limbs. It's just... everything is slightly painful and strained, and you feel also a little bit of tension in your back. It's like your muscles have shortened slightly, the way your neck is.
Welcome. It's not great, is it?
No, I feel like I missed some of the good years. I don't know what happened. This is
We're all
terrible.
shit, baby. So you might as well just live when you live.
Well, I'm no longer afraid to die if this is what existence is. Where's that fucking dragon?
That's what I'm saying. Bring it on, baby.
Come and fight me! Fight me, you coward! I'll break your fucking knees!
You hear the screeching call above the cliff face that you're sort of ducked under as it cries out across the sky, and you hear a returning call off in the distance. It is not alone. But this is the great place to pause for a little bio break. We will be right back in about 5 minutes. We're going to go and get drinks and fill up on stacks just in case we need them. And we will be back to see how this continues and goes down in this moment, if we are ready. Be right back. Welcome back. So... last we left off, this eclectic mix of people were basically tasked with the mission of going to the Frostlands, heading into the mountain and finding the fallen moonstone of the Frost, which its title, the Prince of Time, the snow god, the god of ice and frost. On this journey, they traveled via great mounts and met a strange new compatriot to their team, a person from this land, from this continent, who could guide them towards what this moonstone might have been shielded by, protected by within the mountains, which is known as a druid ritual site. That was the whisperings that you all were told about. As you ascended the mountains on these mounts, you spotted a strange sight in the distance, which seemed to be some sort of bird creature, but upon further inspection was not. It was a twisted and corrupted chronotic dragon, and as you ran full pace into the cliffs to go where these runes, these druidic runestones were, the wyvern ducked and sort of let out its breath magic, which was time magic itself. The ability to change the person it affected or the things around it and basically change the time of where they were in that moment, creating some of us to change into 6-year-old versions of ourselves and others to age up to their 90s. And most of the others stayed relatively around the same age or just like a few years younger, which is, great. But in this moment, as Thumb crawls out to the sky in vengeance at this creature, you are all left with a choice. This is still circling you. It is called for backup, and you know where the cavern is that might lead down to this moonstone. What are you doing?
I have a question.
Yes.
As I'm seeing this happening, Thumb is crying to the sky. We hear the secondary one.
Mhm.
I would like to cast Summon Abjuration and leave it on the outside of the cavern as a distraction to these dragons. I basically will grab Thumb and drag them if I have to. But I want to cast it. Yes. We're not doing this. You have to come with us.
We can fuck this thing up. You and me, Thumb. Let's do this.
No, absolutely not. Somebody grab them. And I want to basically
I'm not their dad nor mom or parental figure. They're so old.
I am 99 years old, baby. You told me.
Pick them up and carry them if you have to. I don't care. But basically, I want to put a Summon Abjuration and put it out, kind of far enough away from the cavern. It can be up to 90 feet away, where it will just be a distraction to these creatures. That way we have time.
Okay, and what does this thing look like that you created?
It looks like a beholderkin. So it's
like
a little beholder.
Little beholder. Nice. I love it. As you try and drag your compatriots down this cavern, I will get you to roll a strength contention, because I want to make sure that these players still have their agency. If they want to stay and fight the dragon, that's up to them. So let's fight for it. Roll me a strength contention roll, please.
Yes, my job's bad. I'm sure this week it was 17, but it's -1, so 16 for me.
16 for Eris.
11.
11 for Thumb. How about Celeron?
That's a good old dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, so with Eris trying to pull Celeron down into the cavern, it does not work. And you sort of pull back. Thumb and Celeron stepping out to fight this beast in the sky. The rest of you panic in this moment. You don't have a lot of time. Are you continuing down the cavern towards this moonstone, or are you staying to fight the dragon?
I am leaving Celeron.
Okay, not a problem. Yes.
How large is the actual entrance are we talking about here? What's the size of the entrance to this space?
Like a Hobbiton hole door.
Okay. Do I potentially have up to a minute before, anything arrives?
Potentially. What would you like to do?
I would, as Uruz kind of footballs me into the safety of the entrance, I would call out in my disturbingly deep voice, emitting from this 6-year-old swimming in his armor.
Mm-hmm.
Put me down, sister. I can put a magic circle in the entrance. And I would like
takes him and just props him.
I'd like to throw down some powdered silver and begin drawing an abjuration circle to prevent any undead from entering the space behind us.
Interesting. Okay, not a problem. Gabrielle, what are you doing? Are you following Uruz down into the cavern, or are you staying up out of the way?
I'm following Uruz, and yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so once this is once this is cast, Thumb and Celeron are left outside of the cavern, seemingly trying to take on this beast, while the other 4 of you descend into the cavern below. I will need not a dexterity saving throw, but just a perception to see if you can spot which direction this creature is flying above you both. Thumb, you can roll for me first. What are you observing?
I got a 23.
23 is great. You can hear it. You can hear exactly where it is and where it is circling. What do you do? What do you two do as the others descend into the cavern? What's your plan here?
I have left you this little beholderkin. That is an ally to you guys, just so you're aware. It does say
You ready to fight this thing, old man?
I'm ready to kill it, because, listen, I can't deal with this back pain any longer. I'll walk into his mouth if I fucking have to.
We either take it out or it takes us out, baby. That's how we live. Right. Damn right.
Yeah. And is it within 100 feet yet, by chance?
Yes, it would be. It's circling you very closely. What would you like to do?
Can it please make a dexterity saving throw for me?
It certainly can. That rolled, but that's a 2.
All right, I'd like to hit it with lightning bolt at 6th level.
Nice. Okay. Go for it. Roll your damage.
If you guys actually make it out of this alive,
and 44 damage, please.
44 points of damage to this beast. No worries. You target its wings specifically as it flies past. It's what you hit, and the lightning goes through it, causing sort of a hole in its wing. It screeches out in immense pain, and it sort of ducks dives further into the cliff face that you are in as it is struggling to fly with this damage to its wing, unsure how to take it, but it is not dead. So it crashes down into sort of where you are. There's a 50-foot sort of radius, the break between the cliffs and the mountains, where there's flat ground and these stones, these druidic stones. So you have the stones that you can sort of hide behind, but it crashes down into this area. And it is going to sort of enter into the range of the mini little beholder that is there. Does that creature, like, attack it?
yes, it does
Sure.
have an initiative. I don't know if you would like to roll that, or if you would like to consider.
I'll just see what it
initiative.
does as of yet, but also Celeron
Sure.
is going to attack this thing at the same time, I'm assuming.
Wonderful.
Yes,
It
how
does
close is it to me?
have. It has.
It
eye
is
ring.
now, it's crashed down, so you would have been about 40 feet from it.
All right, I'm gonna scoot up to it because I got 50 feet of movement. I'm gonna scoot up to it and I'm gonna go me copyright, and I'm gonna use searing sunburst, and I'm gonna charge it with extra key points. So I needed to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
No worries. Oh, that is a 19 on the dice.
So it will take half damage.
Okay.
So it's gonna take half of 66 radiant damage.
Okay, go
so-
for it.
1 second. It's gonna take half of 21, so it'll take 10 radiant damage. So I'm like, and I
Nice.
just kind of like nuke it in the face.
Copyright.
You witness something very fascinating, as with this decaying version of this chronotic dragon, the radiant damage seems to almost sear its skin, sort of burning off the rot that's hanging off its limbs as well. It does not seem to enjoy that in any way, shape, or
Okay.
form.
Totally called it. Knew that the whole time.
Very smart. Eris, what kind of damage will this creature do, your little beholder?
Yes, it will be doing psychic damage. It has 2 attacks.
Mhm.
They are eye ray attacks, but it will be psychic damage. So the
Okay.
first attack is a dirty 20 to hit,
Okay.
and the second one is just a 13 to hit.
Okay, the 13 misses, but the first one will hit. So go ahead and roll that psychic damage for me. As you both hear the sound of that returning call of the other creature in the distance get louder. It is hearing its brethren in pain, and as it's getting louder, it's also getting deeper. This thing is bigger, badder than the scout that was sent before it.
That is 10 points of psychic damage.
Nice. Okay, I like it. So, as that is going down, I will need the two of you to roll me initiative as we enter into combat with the two of you. But for now, we're actually going to follow the group down into the cavern. So, the four of you rush down. The slope seems to become even steeper as you go and eventually turns into steps. This area looks like maybe the moonstone itself crashed in, and the tunnel above you, the walls of this cave, were created by its landing. However, when you get to the base of the floor where this sort of rounded boulder shape would house said moonstone, it doesn't seem to be there. It then basically breaks into a larger corridor and hall, and there are different symbols and etchings on the walls from societies and druids of so many different eras. For those, for Thumb Thumber especially, you would recognize the druidic nature writing in so many histories long gone that you would have been taught as simple spells and such, but they are carved and etched into this wall. Anyone with lack of vision due to darkness is going to struggle a little bit in this moment, as now that you are further down into the area, it's quite dark. But ahead of you in sort of like an altar space, you see the moonstone and you see it glowing and pulsing like a soft breath of blue light. What would you like to do?
I'm a human, so I can't see super well, so I'm gonna
Let me see if I can
try to walk and not trip and seem super cool because I have people to impress. Towards the glowing moonstone.
I adore that. Please roll me a performance or a deception, whatever you think this is more inclined towards.
Performance, because she's not that insecure.
I love this for you.
Cool. That's a 10.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay.
I imagine Uruz would have certainly noticed this struggling and would have just wordlessly pulled out a torch and lit it and held it up and just like kept walking through the corridors, but like just not said anything. I also imagine in her other arm she has gathered up Bonduke again and is carrying him along back in his football position and just kind of trudging forward. I think once they get down to where the writing is, she would kind of set him in front of it and just kind of wait, like maybe he can figure it out.
Do your party trick.
Brilliant.
Yeah, tiny man, do your party trick.
I love it so much.
As I'm like being carried along unceremoniously underneath her arm, sort of thing. I'm definitely observing all of these incredible runes that are carved all over the place. Could I make like some sort of religion to understand what's going on here, or if there's any messages that are specifically being portrayed?
Yes, go for it.
All right.
Eris, as you are in this cavern as well, I would love you to roll me an Arcana check for some of those symbols on the wall.
Absolutely.
Looking at a 14 for my religion.
I also
14
got
religion. Ooh, twins.
Considering.
Yeah, considering druidic in nature as well, go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, guess what?
Nat 20? Nice. We love it.
So 22.
22 in total. Perfect. So, for the two pairs of 14s, this is very strange. The cavern walls themselves seem to be marked with etchings from all different types of eras, but not only that, they are marked over each other, as though there is some sort of writing in Druidic, and then in a different era, the writing is put over the top of it, and it doesn't quite piece together in your minds. Eris, you also find that a couple of these symbols are registering to you as part of the language or the calling to the god of gravity and consequence, which is known for its pull. Its designs in some of these etchings on the walls is a face that is a black hole.
Ugh.
This is a terrifying thought to you from some of your experiences, but with the 22...
Yeah, she's very uncomfortable with that.
With the 22 from Gabrielle, you look at these things and you recognize all of the Druidic language. You're able to read some of it, and you realize that it has conflicting stories. The tales written and etched on these walls, not only do they not line up, but they seem to be happening at the same time. There is a crossover in this very chamber, where time seems to be different. And there are eras of this world that seem to have relived themselves. And only in this place where the writing is looped and placed over each other can you see that something or someone in the past has gone back and tried to restart. Two different timelines of this world exist.
Hey, so I probably should have paid way more attention here when I was younger. I clearly did it. because I clearly didn't care. I guess I should have. There's 2 timelines, guys. Take that as you will. I don't know how to take that. But that is a thing. Timey-wimey stuff, I guess.
Is the other me not 93 years old? Fuck him.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
You could just kill off the other one that's not that age, and then there's another one of you.
They can only
As I'm like bent over, not looking at you, just looking at the other parts.
Thumb Thumb is up fighting a dragon. But
You're
yes. So you see this. You see the sort of like glowing, slow breath of the moonstone ahead of you on sort of an altar on a plinth. And the 4 of you step up to it. Would you like to make any checks or observe anything? Or would you like to go up and interact with it?
If I poke it, will I die?
I don't know. It's up to you. Would you like to try?
I recommend not poking it yet, but
I want to
feel like
perceive or investigate to see if touching it would be dangerous to me.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say I want to perceive poking it, and I was so here for that.
I almost did say that. 16.
16. Okay. You observe around the moonstone. You look for anything. You search for like a trap or something that seems dangerous. Nothing seems to stand out, but this thing is inherently magical, so touching it could be unwise, but it could also be the only way to communicate with what's ever in stasis inside of it.
So, does anyone want to poke the magic glowing rock? Because I will do it.
I like it.
So,
Because I think I
Gabriel,
would look really cool if I did it.
as you are like, I imagine like as you're reaching out to touch it, you would just hear the shuffle of armor and feel like the 6-year-old hand just kind of like reach out and just like put my little hand on yours. Fear not,
boy.
little sister. And then I'll
Okay.
reach out and I'll full palm
Over
the
there now.
moonstone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're like easily like a foot taller than me too, but it's still just
I
like
am
the.
specifically 5'9".
Then you're definitely probably like a foot and a half taller than me right now. But yeah, I
love
put
it.
my hand on yours, and I'll just full palm the moonstone.
Okay. So the 2 of you place your hands on the moonstone.
I was
would like
trying
you
to
both-
stop her, but that was.
Oh, okay. You're gonna stop her and put your hand on the moonstone
Yeah, I was
instead.
like, no,
Got
I
it.
would- essentially,
I would let
like, I
him,
got this movement.
I'm like, all right, little boy.
You
go
sacrifice.
for it.
This 6-year-old dragonborn places a hand against the moonstone. I would like you to please roll me a wisdom saving throw. You could decide whether you actually want to fail this or not.
As I'm kind of, so I rolled a 22.
Mm-hmm.
So as I feel the magic of this moonstone, does it feel, does it feel do I feel malintent or anything, or is it just pure power?
It's just pure power, and you feel your mind trying to block away something that's trying to reach towards you. Do you
Then
let it in?
I will let it in.
Okay. You breathe in and you let your mind open to whatever this power is, and you see.
And it's really cute because I'm 6 years old.
Yeah, it's very cute. The 6-year-old dragonborn. You sort of like open your maw, and you see like your tongue sort of just loll as you breathe in what I can only describe as the power of the universe. Flashes
Okay.
and flashes of time, and these 2 timelines, as Gabrielle had said, stretch out before you. You are currently in the newer creation of the timeline, one that was disrupted from the original direction this world was going in. It shifts before you, and you hear in your mind 3 different voices, young, old, and new, sort of coursing in and out and whispering over each other like a cacophony of different echoes, and shapes begin to form in your mind to communicate what they are saying to you. You feel an inherent need to help. the young voice, a child like you.
We have tried to help, but it did no good.
What is it you need from us in this moment?
You best be careful with your choices, young one.
As I'm feeling these voices around me and experiencing this moment, I, as a Twilight Cleric, am specifically like a guardian of this realm, and my sole purpose in being brought on this mission is to find a way to stop the Evergrowth. And so I would just kind of reach my consciousness out into this nexus of energy, and just try to impress on them, I seek the power to stop the Evergrowth.
And what makes you believe you are worthy?
Tell us what you will give to the world if we give you this power.
Just don't hurt the world.
In hearing that, I think my character would be overcome, perhaps, with the humbling sense of the ever-present imposter syndrome of like, I'm just this humble. I'm not actually worthy to carry this power, but somehow through a ridiculous series of events, I find myself here amongst powerful and noble people, and as the least of these, I can only hope to do my best. And I would convey that to the energies here, that I know not if I am worthy of anything, but I will do my best. I will serve the world.
We can sense your doubt.
You might want to take it, but maybe you would like to share it. It's very cold and lonely alone. Do you want your friends to help?
I hope that everyone has noticed, as I've been calling everybody brother and sister, because that is, you're the only family that my character has. In my years of service and kind of the journey that my clerical path has taken, the people that I've found along that journey are the only ones that I have. And in facing the darkness and standing up the lone light in the darkness, it has been a lonely journey. And so I would definitely, please, let my friends bear this burden with me.
It shall be. You feel as a rush of white light fills your eyes and in your mind, and so too does it with Gabriel and Uruz and Eris in this moment. As we cut back to Thumb Thumb as you launch forward a giant-sized, blackened, decaying dragon, the size of an adult dragon, much larger than the creature before, flies in and skirts over, coursing down a breath weapon towards you. What did the two of you roll for your initiative? Don't think I read
11,
it.
baby.
11. Okay.
Yep. I have a +6.
I love it. Okay, not a problem. And then for Thumb Thumb?
13.
13. Nice. Okay. So unfortunately, the big, bad, scary dragon is going to go first, as it rolled an 18. So, I would need you both to roll me dexterity saving throws, as again, this shooting of some sort of time magic courses down and it surrounds the area that you are both in. Dex saves, please.
Whoa. All right. Go. Do. 15.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay. Thumb. You duck out of the way,
Oh,
hiding behind one of the druidic stones in this area. You watch as this blast of time magic, this beautiful array of light blue, illuminates on either side of you, and in a very brief moment you're standing there and you feel almost every experience you've ever had from your birth to your death. It seems to sort of rapidly play between like a harmonica being opened and closed, and then the breath weapon stops and it is gone, and you blink your eyes back open. Celeron, please roll me a percentile dice as you are hit with this breath weapon.
Oh, snap.
All right, here we go. 73.
Okay. This time it is going to add 73 years on top
Holy shit.
of your current age.
I think I'm dead.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
Tell me, in this moment, as you take...
It's like, I think I'm like several hundred years old now.
As you take 51 points of damage,
Okay. That's not fun.
are you down from the 51?
No, not from the 51, but I ain't looking
Okay.
pretty.
You become a sort of a withered version of yourself, and I would like for you in this moment, I would like to know what Celeron is thinking. What lasting thought sort of protrudes into your mind in this moment?
I should have called her.
Oh.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay. As you
Why
call
are you
out,
sure? No, it still looks great. Rest me terrible.
you take all of this damage on board, and you wither as like a crumbled version of yourself even further into a sickening old, like decrepit shape. It hasn't necessarily killed you, but you are frail and sort of shaking in the coldness. I will give you one moment of choice here. As you call in your mind and you say to yourself, I should have called her. We just got donated $350. What in the actual crap?
I looked over, I was like, wait.
Okay. What in the world? Wild magic surge for everyone and the time dragon.
Oh my god.
Yes, good.
Oh
I
my
fucking love this.
We're gonna start with the form of Celeron. Please roll me a wild magic surge.
This on top of
roll
what?
D100?
D100, please. Yes. This is on top of what just happened. Yes.
So this is on top of what just happened, and also what Bonduke is doing, where it's like, yes, I will share the power with friends. Like, this
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's an 83 for me.
An 83. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I love this for us.
Turn me into a potted plant. Do it.
Yes.
It is going to turn you into a spirit.
But I was close enough. Anyways.
So instead of dying in this moment, your life form, as you wish into existence that you wish you had called her, life itself and this continent doesn't seem to want to let go of you in this moment, and instead you transform yourself into a spirit that exists in this Frost Mountain range. And I would love to know from you, Alec, what that spirit might be or look like or embody.
So I think it looks like he did when he like first arrived on this journey, except instead of like the decrepit kind of like old man that he was, he's just like ripped, just shredded. And so it's like this old man ghost that's just shredded, like a 12 to 16 pack, I think is what we're looking at here.
Yeah, 12 to 16 pack. It's giving me like, is it Boomy?
Yes.
Vibes from
1000%.
Avatar. Yeah. Nice. Very, very cool. You drift off into the spirit realm and become a guardian of these mountains in this moment. Would you like to say anything to Thumb Thumb as you sort of drift off into the ethereal?
You know, I've carried one piece of advice with me my entire life, and I'm going to impart this piece of advice to you right now in this moment, and I need you to take it with you, hold it tight, and really stick to it. You hear me? You got it? You ready?
So, yes,
You
I'm
ready?
Yes. I push my teeth back into my mouth. Yeah.
Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it.
Yes.
Hi, LaBeouf. I'm out.
Yeah. As he crumbles into dust, I'd like to catch the phone number of the girl that he didn't call, so that if I survive,
Damn, man.
I can
What the
pass on
hell?
his love. No, so I can pass on his love. Let me finish, goddammit.
Okay, damn.
I'm looking out for you, Jesus. Calm
I
down.
appreciate you.
You're welcome. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Friendship.
Yeah.
My God. Okay. As you there's no phone numbers in this world, but I guess as you the
Like
memory,
stone number.
yeah,
Micah 4422.
something along the magic runes that you're able to utilize to get in contact with this woman and or the memory of her within your mind. I would like you to roll me a wild magic surge, please.
Oh dear. Wait, I do that? Is it D100? D what now?
So roll me a D100, please, so I can let you know what happened.
It's a 9.
Ooh, okay. Okay. You're going to triple in size.
Hell yeah. Hell
Yes.
yeah.
So growing out from this location, the Furbolg becomes basically the size of a giant in the mountains as this dragon continues to fly around you. You're now peeking up above where the cliff was sort of hiding you. No place to hide at the moment now, but it is kind of like a Godzilla battle at this moment with the two rather large-sized beasts. I will allow you to attempt an attack in this moment before I cut back to what's going to be going down with the other 4 players.
I mean, why break what's broken, or break what's not broken? Listen, good. It's been a long day. I'm gonna have it make a Dex 15 saving throw for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it rolled a 14, just under.
Oh, sucks to suck, dragon. Another lightning bolt. 40 damage.
40 points of damage to this one. Okay. I will roll the wild magic surge for the dragon, since that was what the donator suggested. Wild magic for everyone, and the time dragon. Of course. Why not? Why not?
I want it to turn into a potted plant so badly.
It rolled the exact number that Alec did.
Oh my god.
Which means this dragon is also going to transform into a spirit within this mountain.
That's terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
So, as you shoot this lightning towards this giant creature, it hits and it sparks up, and then you watch as it sort of shrinks down into a beautiful little luminescent light blue bird. And is it returned to a beautiful little like sparrow as it flies off, and you see it on the horizon, sits and perches on the shoulder of your once friend and comrade in arms. The two of them, spirits of this mountain range together. You still have the dragon, or the smaller wyvern that is in front of you, that is now unable to fly. It faces off with you. But let's go to the others and work out what happens with these wild magic surges. We're going to start with Sachi, so we can, whatever happens, if something bad happens, Sachi may be able to so dip and get some sleep for the evening, but
Listen,
I'm leaving it to
good
the
for
dice.
now. We'll see though.
Okie
Hopefully,
dokie.
listen. Gabrielle wants some, so
That's the goal here.
not 83, 85.
85. Okay.
Listen, it's lonely on these mountains, okay? There's no people here. She's like, okay. Unless.
So since this is imbuing, you're being gifted some sort of power at the same time from the god of time and frost. And because you rolled an 85 on the dice, which is going to gift you the power of elemental magic.
Okay.
I'm going to offer you in this moment the ability to become a god.
Oh, what? Yeah, no, I'll take it. Are you kidding me?
Not at all. You are going to be fueled with the power from this greater god and become a lesser deity. This happened to 3 other players in game 1, and if this were to happen with the rest of them, the old gods might be replaced with the new. So, Gabrielle, as you're bestowed with elemental magic in a course flash from this Frost Prince of Time, what would your purview be? What would you be the god of in this moment?
So she's very nomadic. So I think she would be like the god of like travelers.
Okay.
The god of forging paths, new paths, like going out and finding new life purpose or something deep and yes.
I love that.
She's really cool and relatable, okay?
Yes, nomadic travel, the god of forging paths. Beautiful. Eris, please roll me a percentile dice.
Yeah.
The best outcome I think I could have gotten for myself tonight, other than, I don't know, laid.
Getting laid?
I
Getting
think
laid
god status might get you laid, honestly. Let's be real.
I got a 93.
Okay.
I have no idea what that means, sorry, but this will be great, I'm sure.
Okay. With a 93, your appearance is going to be altered. Usually this would be something along the lines of like your skin changing to a bright color or your hair or something along those lines. But since you're also going to be imbued with magic from this frost god, tell me what kind of kingdom would you reside over, and how would that change your visual image as a lesser deity?
Ooh, it's a very good question. I think in all honesty, I don't think she would have the complete choice over it. I think that it would have something to do with what has happened in her past, where she has made such a deal with something in a dark void somewhere. I think it would be something dark and creepy and tentacle-like, because she actually resides with the arms of Hadar and things like that. And so I think it would be something dark and inky and void-like. But I don't think she would fully choose that.
Okay. In this moment, Gabrielle, as you sort of come to, the god powers sort of circulating around you, urging you to travel on the winds and move forge your paths forward. You look to the side of you as Eris begins to engulf themselves in shadow and darkness. You take on and embody all the darkness of this world. The night, shadow, and things that go bump in the night.
I think that sounds very accurate for her.
I adore that. Alright. Next up, Uros. What did you roll in your percentile dice?
rolled a 1. I don't think I've ever rolled a 1 on percentile dice before.
Okay, I know what that is. I don't even have to look at that.
Oh.
You transform into an animal.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my.
Okay.
This is bad for Gabrielle.
So, pray tell, what animal do you think that you would transform into as you become a lesser deity of some quality?
So, funny enough, Oruz is the Nordic rune for Aurochs, which is the bull. So she transforms into this massive bull, but I would like to think that she retains her skin tone. So it's the color of this like deep, rich olive. And she has big horns that are now a rich chestnut color that resemble her crazy, wild, curly hair.
I adore that. And do you think that becoming a bull creature, something that is strong and powerful, would also relate to the sort of domain that you might embody? A god of strength, a god of...
Yeah, I feel so it's the idea of this unbridled strength, this natural wildness. So yeah, she's just fierce fire in this bull form.
Okay, I love that. The god of the wild. And lastly, for Bonduk.
Yes. A 71 for Bonduk.
71, okay. Okay, I don't know how you're gonna make this fit, and I'm excited for it.
All right.
Everything that you taste has the opposite flavor.
Ooh, okay. As so are we doing the same god route?
Yeah. As
Okay.
you are embodied with something, if you could
So as
relate
the
your purview
power-
to that.
Yeah. As the power fills me, and as this childlike, the inner child that has always craved family has like been looking, to be joined by family. But as this godlike power fills me, there's a moment where it tastes good. And as this power fills me, I realize that I'm tired. I'm tired of always serving others. I'm tired of taking care of all these weak, petulant little people. And I will use this power. I, not some mother of brine, some ancient nothingness that we know nothing of. I will be the ruler of this world.
Ooh, okay.
And so I think that taste in the mouth, that twist in the other direction, is going to be like a corrupting power there. And so where I was humble and hopeful, as you gave like ultimate power to a child at this point, it
Power hungry
corrupts.
6-year-old.
Yeah.
I adore this. Okay. The god of greed.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You all blink open your eyes, and Uros is now a bull as you come to and feel as the magical essence of this god is imbuing you with lesser deity qualities. However, this doesn't change the events that are happening. There is still a god out there somewhere and an army rapidly approaching, but you now have the power to potentially defeat it. We cut back to Thumb Thumb, watching as your friend and the big, giant, scary dragon thing turned into spirits, and you grew to the size of a Furbog giant. You have a little, not a little, but little now that you're triple the size, wyvern in front of you, chronotic wyvern. What would you like to do?
How big am I in comparison to it?
It's about
And how
half your
strong am I?
size.
Half my size?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Can I just choke the life out of it with my bare fucking hands, please? Like, yeah, I mean, come on. What? Yeah.
Yeah, you totally can. As you do so, this creature is going to let out another breath weapon as you do. And that is a nat 20 on my roll. So I would like you to roll me a strength check. You have 2 advantages that you were gifted by the audience. You have to get
thank you, audience.
an 18 or higher. You could roll all of them, but you have to beat an 18.
Check or saving throw, sorry.
Saving throw. No, not saving throw. Athletics check.
Athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell, okay, so best out of 3, here we go.
Best out of 3.
That's an 11, and a 22, and 21, so 22. 22 is my best.
Okay. I would like you, in this moment, to roll a percentile dice once more.
Oh shit, make me young, make me young, make me young as hell. 27.
Okay. In this moment, as you choke out this dragon, it lets out a final breath across this area, and as the 4 of you emerge back out of the cavern, you see a 27-year-old Furbog version of Thumb Thumb, however, 3 times the size, choking out the dragon as its neck sort of snaps, and you have... That is the sight before you. Thumb Thumb, you turn around to see your 4 friends imbued with sort of a glowing radiance, and one of them now an olive-coloured bull.
Oh, well, hey guys, you're glowing.
You're very tall.
Oh yeah, I had to kill this dragon real quick. I might be like this forever, but listen, it's at least I'm 93 and huge, and not 93 and teeny tiny.
Where's? As a look
also
for
look
other
He
companions.
crumbled into dust, but hey, don't worry. I'm gonna call his ex-girlfriend and tell him that he loved her, because he didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna take care of him.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he's dead as shit. I mean, listen, he was great though.
He was very old though, so.
I mean,
So
so
old.
am I. What are you trying to say? What's wrong with very old? I didn't want to be.
You're not-
You didn't want to be.
You're
You're
not
not-
old anymore.
you're not
You don't
very
look
old.
old.
Am I not old and big? I'm just big?
You're just.
You
big
turned
Yeah.
to 27 years old.
Yeah, you're.
Shit, you're right. Sorry. Oh,
That's
I'm
okay.
huge and hot. I love this. All right. Nice.
Oh, that is the best thing ever. Now, I think we have Daily Dale in chat. So Dale, if you are still here and listening, I would like you to please roll me a d20, and you do that by doing this in chat. Exclamation mark roll space 20.
Fair and chat.
As the rest of you hear a war horn go off, and you turn across the mountains to see where your warships had landed originally, as this undergrowth of trees and vines seems to breach from the ocean and wrap over the ships, the Evergrowth has reached this continent. And you turn across and see, yes, you've been imbued by magic, but you watch this horrifying visage of grey bark with green veins and glowing green eyes, mouth full of animal teeth that have replaced whatever teeth this goddess had before. As she ascends across the oceans wrapped in these vines and trees that smell of rot and stink, she kind of cascades and throws her arms, thorns and sharp bits of bramble cascade down to the armies below as everyone charges and is fighting off these creatures of acidic trees and roots. Okay, with a lucky number 13, you all feel in this moment as another god, another lesser goddess, joins the fray. Off in the distance, you see as the goddess of, let me get this correct, was it Dawn that Dale was? Dale, let me know in chat if you remember. I don't know whose god is which.
God of Noon.
God of Peace. Okay. The god of noon, peace, and spite cascades and helps the armies. They begin to crash, growing in size. This peace restored into these people, this renewed energy of knowing I may die, but in this moment I am at peace with that. I need to defeat this goddess. The four of you with your new purviews and your powers, as well as Thumb the giant, the giant firbolg, are going to basically join into the fray. And I would like to know how the four of you as lesser deities alongside this other deity are going to try and defeat this goddess. What is your plan?
I
said
have
it
something
from the
that comes to
beginning.
mind.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Cucumber.
I'm gonna break her fucking knees.
Yes.
Okie
You did
dokie.
say that.
You charge down the mountain, being 3 times the size. You are much faster than the others. I'm going to assume maybe you pick up your friends and carry them with,
Oh,
so
for
that they
sure,
could
yeah,
get to the
just like-
armies. Yeah, nice.
I ride a bull.
You can ride a bull
Oh,
with
boy.
consent.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what's that mean?
I mean, huh? Weird.
Oh boy. Okay. You basically sprint down the mountainside carrying your friends, Gabrielle riding atop a bull. As you launch into the battle, you try and break this goddess's knees, so please roll me an attack. And yes, your strength is, whatever your strength modifier is going to double.
Oh, me.
Yes, you, breaking the knees of the goddess.
Yeah. All right. So strength modifier is going to double. So that is then a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. So I'm using my great club, 2 hands. That's 10 damage to her kneecaps.
Okay, 10 damage to the kneecaps of this goddess. She calls out in pain, this screech, like the riders of in Lord of the Rings, that like piercing screeching sound, but out of a woman, and you see this green ink sort of leaking from her mouth and the replacement teeth.
Did you lick the stuff too?
Okay, lesser deities, what is your plan in this moment? Gabrielle.
I have a question.
Yes.
Able to cast slow on her?
You could certainly do so, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try and cast slow at her, and it's up to 6 creatures, but I mainly do want to target her.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, let's slow this journey, shall we? And I'm gonna cast slow.
Okie dokie. Is there a save for the goddess?
Let me see. I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
That's a wisdom saving throw of 16.
She rolled a 6 plus 5.
Maybe
That's still not going to be enough.
Ah!
Okay. She fails, and you watch as she slows in time, her movement slowed. This is going to very much assist the other 3 in this moment. What would you like to do?
As she opens her mouth in that inky darkness, starts kind of cascading outwards, as she's slowed and can't exactly close her jaw in time, I would like to cast Fireball at a 6th level straight into her mouth.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Let me pull Fireball. She will need to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yep. These are terrible rolls. Okay. That is a total of 13.
That is not going to save, so she's going to take 11d6. So
Nice.
for you.
Good job. Holy shit.
Yes, this one just rolling dice. Okay, she's going to take 44 points of fire damage.
44. Nice. Okay.
44. And if she's wearing anything flammable, or if she is flammable, that ignites.
She is wearing a lot of trees.
I love that for her.
She's wearing a lot of vines.
Yeah, it ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't worn or carried. So, if she herself is flammable, I don't know, but that is.
She herself is made of tree bark.
So then she is flammable.
Yes. Yeah, okay. She lights a flame from her mouth as you directed the fireball into her mouth, so her entire sort of face is going to light on fire. You watch as this tree embling, like brambled covered, vine covered mass of just decay and rot floating in the twisted vines below her that are sort of moving her forward and keeping her like higher up than the armies. She's slightly larger than any of the mortals would be, as she is a god. But her face lights on fire, and that might start spreading. Okay, not a problem.
Eris means strife, and that is what she is aiming for. She is living up to her namesake.
I
And
adore
it's like
that.
This fireball has come out of this darky ink void that she is, and just
Mhm.
whoop, and she flicks it. It is so nonchalant. She is just like, boop.
That is
And that's hers.
so brilliant. Okay. The bull, the god of the wild, is going to go next. Describe to me what you would like to attempt to do at this moment.
Yeah, you could see Uru's bow forward, and she's just like stamping her feet, and just hot air is blowing from her nose, and she's gonna rush forward, slashing her horns back and forth. And for translating this into fighter, she should get 3 good slashes in with those horns.
Okay, go for it.
Right. Does a 15 hit? Do I get any kind of boost to anything with my god status?
Yes, I would say so. Since you are like a god of the wild and strength, I'm going to also double your strength modifier. So I think that will also affect your attacks.
That would be a 20 then.
Sorry, Gabriel, your question?
But we have.
You also
two
have
advantages.
you have 2 advantages that the
One.
audience has gifted you. That is correct.
Mm-hmm. Does
But I
a
think-
20 hit?
Did that,
I
yeah.
did use 1
A
already.
20 does
Thank you.
hit, yes.
Beautiful. All right, we'll roll that attack first. That's a 21 damage total.
Okay, nice.
The next one is 34 hit.
34 hits, yeah, for
Could say
sure.
that hits.
Jesus Christ.
I get to re-roll 1s and 2s. Oh wait, sorry.
That's okay.
So the next one is going to be 29 damage.
Jesus. Uh-huh. Yes.
And the last attack hits for 27,
Hits.
and that is going to be 16 damage.
Holy crap. Okay. This goddess has slow cast on her. Her face is on fire, and she's just been scraped to shreds by a bull, as well as her kneecaps being hit and potentially also sort of crushed by Thumb Thumb. So last up, the god of greed. wanting to take all the power for yourself. What is it in this moment that you would like to do?
So one thing that stands out to me about greed is it's not necessarily just I like things, but I want it's selfishness in general, right? And so I think there would be an innate you are taking something that belongs to me moment here as I am faced with the mother of Brian. And so as I look down on her, I would almost do so with a personal rage or disdain at this point. And I would attempt to take in that essence of take. And I will not necessarily take power from her, but take motivation from her. And I would cast calm emotions into the point of like, your desire to own is mine. Like that right belongs to me, and therefore I will take. And so I'll cast a calm emotions. She needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, not her strong suit. All right. That is a nat one.
Yes.
This was meant to be a harder fight. Yep.
The 6-year-old child with this booming dragonborn voice steps forward in his oversized plate. Your power will be mine. And I just pull all motivation to conquer the world from her, and she's essentially apathetic to the world at this point.
Fascinating. She sort of just starts to descend, the vines themselves becoming a little lethargic as she sort of floats very calmly with broken knees down to the flat icy plain. You watch as the ice is still melting, but there is the slowness to her still happening, and she is confused and disorientated but calm in this moment. Thumb.
Yes.
She does not look good.
Great.
She doesn't
her
seem
knees are
to
still
want to fight.
attached, so I still have something to do.
You
so
sure
I
do.
Pull up my massive great club,
Mm-hmm.
and I run for the kneecaps again.
Okie dokie.
She fucked with the trees, so I fuck with their knees.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to turn them backwards. So here we go. No, come on! No! It's a 10. Is there anything else from the chat?
Silvery
You have
barbs.
advantage.
Each of the
Alright.
players got...
I have silvery barbs. Silvery barbs. Reroll.
Reroll. Hell
Reroll.
yeah. Oh, there we go. That's a 25 at this
That
point.
hits.
I will
Alright.
give the advantage to our bull friend for their next roll.
Ooh-wee.
Okay.
That is 8 damage to the meniscus.
8 damage. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. She is literally on her last leg as you snap one of the knees in backwards like a satyr. As she crumbles to the floor, this twisted face that is now on fire, the fire spreading down her viney, rot-covered hair. There is not going to take much to defeat this woman, but she is going to reach out with all the power within her to try and launch a counterattack at the one that took her calm, tried to take her power from her. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's a 13 to hit the Dragonborn.
Even though I'm a child swimming in a breastplate, I imagine there's like the lethargy that she's undergoing with the calm emotions and the debilitating attacks. It's a simple matter for me to just take the laziest step back, stepping forward like back into the swing. Your power has fled you, woman. Surrender and die.
Eris,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. So I feel like if Bonzook was not in this moment of greed, he should just ducked like a little. like in your armor.
The child
All I could
size.
think of was like this little just missed.
Little turtleneck.
Okay. She's already not looking great.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Let's see here. Do I know from all of my travels and things where this goddess is from? Is she from this plane of existence, or is
She
from
is-
another?
She is from this plane of existence.
Incredible. I was just thinking if banishment would be an interesting thing, but that's fine.
Mm.
I am going to cast. Who? Okay, she's floating downwards, so I want to make sure I'm understanding the geography correctly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh,
She's
or
on
are-
she's on the surface of the snow now.
Okay. Is she surrounded by other soldiers that are ours or
Mhm.
her own?
Both.
Okay.
As a great war is breaking out.
Man, that sucks for them. Since Eris is actually going to cast Ivard's black tentacles in that area, so it will fill a 50-foot square. And so it is going to affect all of them, those poor things.
Okay.
It turns it into difficult terrain, so she will be slowed, as well as there is these inky black
Mhm.
void-like tentacles that are reaching up and trying to gently grab her wrists or grab her ankles or her legs, and she will need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's hope I roll better. Jesus. Nope, a 6. Okay.
That is not.
There's
she's
also a
going to take-
-2 to that. Ahaha, so it's lower.
Whoa. Okay, so that would have been an 8 in total.
Okay, so that does not succeed. So she is going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and she is restrained. So the tentacles have very carefully, as if trying to do so she doesn't notice what's actually happening, as if wrapping around her ankles and wrapping around her wrists and wrapping slowly around her torso and holding this woman in place
Mhm.
as these darkened tentacles just keep lapping at the other individuals. As Eris does not care for them. She doesn't care who else this is affecting. She has a singular target, and that is what she is aiming for.
Okay.
It's very spooky and dark, and like just random inky black tentacles grabbing onto people and things and holding them in place.
With 11 points of damage, weakened in this moment, after taking 44 fire damage earlier, this is the last moment, the last breath of the god. One of the original 7 gods of this plane of existence. Now, I rolled the dice earlier, and the 2 remaining gods did arrive as well, alongside their sister. There are 7 young deities in this moment surrounding this goddess, fighting in unison. So, Eris, I would like you to describe this death, and then I would like the others to also describe how they assist in this moment.
Absolutely. It is soft, as if it is a gentle caress of these dark velvet black tentacles that are wrapping around her and gently holding her in place, eventually slinking up from her ankle, up her leg, up her torso to her neck. And it is a gentle pressure and then a snap. And that is all that rings out, is just a gentle snap.
In this last breath, Gabrielle and Uruz, what do you do?
I think Uruz being that idea of unbridled strength, like she just never stopped slashing with her horns, and she's just ripping away pieces of bark and flesh and vine and just gouging as these tentacles are taking her.
Okay. As you're doing so, you see the innocent green light on the inside being revealed slowly as you tear the bark, the rot away. That same glowing light that you witnessed in the Moonstone, but within this god instead. It is there, and it is reachable.
Do we all see that?
You all see it.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Before fucking Von Duke does.
So since
so excited for this.
we didn't get to your turn yet, you may definitely attempt to do so. What would you like to do in this moment?
I, being a brand new god about new adventures and journeys, am going to go up to it and very gently take it into my hands, protectively, because I already know what he is, and I don't want him to get it. But very gently, taking it into my hands, being, let's go on a better journey this time. And I'm just gonna try to push it into me and hope it's a good thing.
That is absolutely beautiful. Please roll me an Arcana check. You have the 2 advantages from earlier, so best of 3.
Best of three. Arcana check. Okay, so I have a 19,
Mm-hmm.
an 18,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and an 8, so 19.
19 is enough.
Whew.
You absorb this light into yourself as the god of forging new paths. You embody nature and all that nature has to offer. You watch as the green light, as it emerges with your body, cascades across the horizon of this entire planet, coating the world. And as it does so, a significant change sparks. You become and replace the god of nature. You eradicate the rot across the land, the evergrowth, the twisted decay that became of this old god, refreshed and new. And in doing so, you have granted the access for these lesser deities to ascend and take over the original 7 gods with the new 7 gods of this realm.
Yay!
The legend of Thumb Thumb the Furbolg Giant is going to exist in this world as well, alongside the spirit of the old man and the bird in the mountains to the Frostlands. We'll find out what they do. But that is the impact that you've left on this world and completely changed it for the good. No split off timelines, no going back in time to change things, but instead a fresh start with 7 new gods. And that is where we're going to end this game. Thank you so much for joining us for this 48-hour Calamity event. The 6 players, we've lost one of them along the way, but the 6 players tonight were absolutely incredible. Please go around and tell the world who you are and where people can find you. Let's start on the other side this time, other way. Ivy, who are you?
Yes, hi, I'm Ivy. I'm a Gamer Girl everywhere that you can possibly find me. When I'm not on one of my Gamer Girl accounts, I'm over where I DM every week or bi-weekly on Dice Cream Sandwich. And I'm also the CEO and founder of the Crit Awards, which is the Creator and Recognition and TTRPG Awards. So if you are a TTRPG creator, a dice maker, an overlay maker, etc., we have 44 categories. We try to recognize aspects of all TTRPGs. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, voting opens April 1st. No, it's not a joke. It just sounds like one. And I think that
that is the best catchphrase.
Yeah, and I think that Eris would actually try to get a little closer in her brotherly and sisterly love with Bonduke, only because now she sees an aspect that she wasn't anticipating to see. And so she, in all of her darkness and bump in the night and spookiness, she probably reaches out to him more as a little brother.
I love the idea of brother and sister of darkness and greed uniting.
I love that.
If Bonduke would like that as the future premise of these 2 gods, that is absolutely freaking incredible. Okay,
That's me.
Creep, who are you? Where can people find you on the internet?
Hi, I'm Darling Creepshow. I'm just your resident creep on Twitch. I primarily paint TTRPG, D&D miniatures, but I also play games every Sunday over on my channel. You can find me all across the interweb as Darling Creepshow. And I feel like I want to end with the final thought of Uruz as this like wild bull god. I think she would approach Gabriel and kind of do like this bow to her as being the goddess of nature now, and Uro's this bull and this goddess of the wild and strength, and almost in like reverence of her for that position would be like, let me be your like steed across the plains, and like let's just like ride across the world together. I think that would be really cool for them.
Hot. I like it.
Hot, yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. If
Maybe
it was,
some sort of strange laying happening. Who's
Hey,
to say, really?
Hey, look, there's god magic involved. Maybe you could transfer into a humanoid body at some point in time.
Because
Yeah.
Gabriel's into that.
Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what would be absolutely brilliant if there is a unison between the two of you, if you're able to take a more like a humanoid form at some point, that the two of you become the mothers of the Minotaur race in this world.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Combination of
super
nature and bull. Okay.
I love this.
I love that so much. Sachi, please introduce who you are. Where can people find you?
Hi, my name is Sachi. I'm Versachiko over on Twitch, and then I don't have the same handle anywhere else because the internet hates me. But you can find everything there. I mainly stream variety gaming over there, but I work on the back end of things in the TTRPG community. Maybe seeing me in other shows in the future, because I really like playing the game as much as I like working on them.
Yes.
But yeah, and then I think for Gabrielle, she really takes on this mantle, because before this she was very aimless, not really having a purpose. It's why she was so nomadic, and now she has found that purpose and wants to help others find it and be one with the world in a good, great way with their fellow steed / lover. Don't look into it too much.
The mothers,
hot and gay, Your
the
Honor.
mothers of Minotaurs. I adore this. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being here, Sachi. Honestly, incredible. All right, All Father Games. Who are you?
I am All Father Games. You can find me on just about any platform as All Father Games. I help new dungeon masters learn how to dungeon master, to make the worlds that they imagine become that reality. And as for Bonduk, I think that in that moment that Gabriel took the power of the mother and like imbued herself with it, the greed, there would be like an eternal resentment here now, right? And that Gabriel took something from Bonduk that he felt he was had a natural right to. And so I think as Gabriel's once upon a time being a god over like nomads and the traveler, I think that Bonduk would therefore create Bonduk would be the god of bandits, essentially those that take from the traveler. So the roadside waylayers is definitely going to be something that he is the patron god of, trying to always take back from that moment that Gabriel took from him. So I think that would be really fun.
That is so poetic and beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, holding that grudge.
Nice.
But Eris would be horrible because she'd be like, "Yeah, you do that. Like, I'm so proud of
You
you.
do that.
Like,
Good job.
Here's some shadows for you to hide in.
these are the worst pair
That
of
is-
siblings in the world now."
So good. So good. There's like eldritch goddess of darkness and all that bumps in the night, paired with the god of greed, a 6-year-old dragonborn shaped godling that encourages bandits to steal from travelers. We adore this. And obviously Alec was here earlier. We'll get a send-off for Alec. Alec the Bard as well. Let me put that into this here. Go check out Alec. Absolutely incredible creator. Amazing things coming out from him later down the track. So stay tuned to go follow him on all the things. There's the Beacons link to go find all his socials. And last but certainly not least, Cucumber.
Hello, everybody. So I imagine that Thum Thum is just off. He's like a terrifying Johnny Appleseed, slamming massive turnips everywhere he goes into the earth, like replacing forests with like turnip groves. But like with a big smile on his face, like he ignores the screams because he thinks they're cheers. He doesn't know the difference. He doesn't have a lot of friends, and he just continues just skipping down happily as everyone screams and parts like the sea before him. But he's full of cuddles for those who can catch his interest long enough. But yeah, that's his little
Can Thum be like our champion?
I just wasn't prepared for the sentence, a terrifying Johnny Appleseed.
I love it.
I also, if Thum Thum would like to be the champion of the god of forging new paths, nature, and the god of the wild, you may choose to be so.
I would love to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because it adds to how terrifying I am. But for me, I'm like friendship. I'm powered by friendship. As I slam turnips in, and like probably bless the people around it. They think I'm destroying their homes. Like no, trust me. Like in a month, you're gonna thank me. And I go through and yeah.
Do people turn the turnips into little houses? Like, do they hollow them out? Because I can see that, like little turnip houses.
Ooh, turnip houses. I'm putting that down.
Entire
That would be so
apartment
cute.
villages.
Yeah, and then like if Thum Thum stops being around, eventually, like years from now, it's like, oh yes, the great legend is that these turnip houses were dropped off. I just love that very much.
That is amazing. Thank you all.
Oh yes, all right.
Go for it. What would you like to say?
I was gonna say, even all the winter resistant plants that I was gifted at the very top of this, I start slamming all those that have also been raised in size. So like whatever winter pumpkin I put down is now like also the size of a house. So everything is edible and livable. I'm saving lives as often as I am accidentally squashing them, and I think that is balance. That's what life is all about.
You are a legend, Thum Thum the giant furbolg. Absolutely freaking incredible. What a way to end the stories. Now I am going to basically wrap up in the next 45 minutes and tell the tale of this last 48 hours. Thank you so much to these players for joining me for this incredible one-shot, the 7th game to rule them all. And I will go to a quick break, and I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, and let's celebrate the end of this stream to celebrate Winter's Tales 2 years on Twitch. We will be right back. Bye!
Me.